Tombstone, Arizona Territory. The fabulously rich silver mines brought many elements to Tombstone. There were the cowboys, wild and reckless, and the miners themselves, strong family men who had emigrated from the old country. It often meant conflict.
Been all morning on the road from Charleston. I got a lot bigger thirst than them daisies.
Well, you mustn't get down.
I always like to meet a lady halfway. With them pretty blue eyes. That hits the spot. I'll take it in for you.
No, thank you.
Why don't you just sit a while on that nice shady porch with me?
No, please give it.
I'll settle for a hug and a kiss.
Lisa. Into the house, Lisa. Off with you now, quick.
You know, I never figured that a Cornish miner would have a daughter that pretty.
I said off with you.
No man handles me like that, miner. You know who I am?
No good cowboy scum.
Now, you better apologize or get yourself a gun.
I have no gun. You're mighty young and reckless to be owning of one yourself.
Don't come any closer, mister. I'll shoot. Now, don't you force me to shoot.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened, in the town too tough to die.
Tombstone Territory.
Warning you, miner. Come on, miner, get up.
The matter's under control, Sheriff. That's the ruffian's weapon.
Now, what's going on?
He was molesting my daughter.
You're a liar. Since when's it a crime to talk to a gal?
You had hold of Lisa. I saw you from the window.
Get her out here and ask her if you don't believe me.
She'll speak her piece in court, not here on a public street. Inside, Lisa.
Mr. Carew, are you having trouble, sir?
Do I understand that you're going to bring charges?
You do.
What's going on?
I'm taking this saloon loafer to court for molesting Lisa, for threatening my life with a revolver, and for disturbing the peace. And not one word of that in that paper of yours, do you hear?
The epitaph will publish whatever it sees fit.
If I was a fighting man, I'd like a couple of moments with him.
You're not a fighting man, Johnny. Brawling in the streets is precisely what I'm making an example of him for. Draw up your charges, Sheriff Hollister. I'll be down in an hour to sign them.
Billy.
Lisa. You're not without fault, Lisa. Had you not loitered with that cowboy, he would have not have taken liberties.
Sin to talk to a man? To be a good neighbor? Is it right that I should be cooped up in this house all day, allowed only to talk to Cornish men and women? This is America, Papa. Women are not slaves here. They're allowed to marry men of their own choice, not ones their fathers picked out for them.
That's enough, Lisa. Go to your room.
Please, sir.
To your room.
The afternoon of May 12, 1880.
Hi, Clay. Oh, Frank.
Frank? Get me out of here, Frank.
That's what I'm here for, Billy. Put your hat on. What are you trying to do, Clay? Set an example of us boys from Charleston?
No, Frank. Billy just made a pass to the wrong girl. Daughter of old man Carew, mining superintendent of $1 million.
No need of suspicion of bail bond, Clay. Signed and sealed by Judge Casey, paid for and delivered by Frank McCloud. Mm-hmm.
Let's not try to settle this out of court, Billy.
Well, now, Clay, you know me better than that. I wouldn't start any trouble.
Yeah.
Thanks a heap, friend. You go out and get yourself in trouble real soon so I can return the favor. My hardware, Sheriff.
Oh, since you're not going to be starting any trouble, you won't need it.
Now, wait a minute. What if that old man goes in a prod for me again? Or somebody else starts something?
Jump behind the bar and grab a bottle.
Funny.
Come on, Billy. If you got need of a gun, you won't have trouble scaring one up.
You get through this trial a free man, you're coming back and pick up your 44 on your way to Charleston.
Okay, Clay. But if I get plugged and croak, it's going to be your fault. And I'll come back and haunt you. She was out there just a sprinkling the daisies, as pretty as you please.
Hey, Billy, somebody outside wants a word with you.
With me?
You're Bashful Billy Clanton, ain't you?
Did you give her a name?
I didn't ask.
Must be Rosie.
Hey, see if you can fix me up with that girlfriend of yours from Benson.
Over here, sir.
What are you doing here?
I had to talk to you.
Look, lady, I don't want any more trouble.
I run off from home.
Oh, no, that's just fine.
You will help me, won't you?
Whatever gave you that idea?
Well, you stood up to my pa, didn't you?
Well, now, wait a minute. You're getting this all wrong, ma'am.
You said you wanted to sit on the porch with me. You said you wanted to kiss me.
Shucks, ma'am, I was just talk. I was just sparking around.
You didn't mean it?
Need any help, Billy?
What's nothing, Frank? I'll be right in.
Afraid I'm gonna beat your time, Billy boy?
I said it was nothing, Frank.
Hey, this is her.
Yeah, now beat it.
What's she doing here?
None of your business.
Why, Billy boy, this sounds serious.
Look, Frank, don't push me too far.
Okay, Billy, I'm sorry. Okay.
I can see what you done. He's my best friend. You're nothing but trouble. Good girls are nothing but trouble. Now get this straight, ma'am. I can't help you none, so just stay away from me, you understand? Just stay away!
Midnight. Sheriff Hollister had planned to catch a few winks before his late rounds. That's what he had planned.
I'm glad you're here. I was so frightened.
All right, what's the trouble?
I thought he liked me,
You thought who liked you?
Billy Clanton.
What's going on between the two of you?
Nothing. Nothing at all. I was just foolish and stupid. I left home. I've just got to get away, that's all.
Now, running away doesn't help anything.
Well, I'm not going to marry Johnny Coster.
Well, you don't have to marry him if you don't want to.
It's not that easy. See, Mama died when I was little. Papa never would talk about her. I don't know why. Well, he's been the only one to tell me what to do. And he won't allow me to know anybody except Cornish people. I mean, no American girls who go to dances and socials and laugh out loud, bold as you please. Don't you see?
Yeah, everybody gets lonely sometimes.
And now I've been promised to Johnny Coster, just like they do in the old country. Is that the way it's supposed to be for a woman in America? For me?
Everything will look better in the morning. Come on, I'll walk you home.
I'm not going home. I told you that. I just can't stand it with Papa anymore. I'm a human being, and a woman has got to have some rights.
All right. You gonna stay with friends?
I don't have any friends that aren't Papa's friends.
Well, then where are you gonna stay?
Here.
No, you can't stay here.
Well, I could stay in there.
Well, you can't stay here. It's a jail, not a rooming house.
Well, where am I going to stay?
Well,
I just didn't know anybody else to come to except you. You're the sheriff.
The morning of May 13, 1880. Johnny Coster was a troubled young man.
Lisa's run off, Sheriff. Bed wasn't slept in all night. Old Carew's fit to be tied.
now take it easy, Johnny. Have some?
Thank you, no. I know it don't mean much to you, Sheriff, but I'm fond of Lisa. I wouldn't want anything to happen to her.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you're so concerned about her, seeing that you two are engaged.
How'd you know that?
She told me last night. But I also got the impression that she's, well, not too fond of you.
Where is she?
I'm not sure that you're the man to know.
This is family, Mr. Hollister. You've no right to meddle.
Now, you listen to me, John. Frightened girl came in here last night looking for protection. I'm not about to throw her to the wolves, even if her father is one of them.
Understand this, Mr. Hollister. Lisa's happiness is my only concern.
All right, Lisa, come on in. Miss Carew spent the night at the Palace Hotel, courtesy of the sheriff's office.
I'm not going home, John. I'll do anything, but I'm not going.
Well, what you do now, Lisa's between you and your pa. But there's something else. Something you told Mr. Hollister that's between you and me.
Well, now, look, I'm not very good at peacemaking, but
Answer me straightly. Did you run away because I asked your pa for you to marry me?
Yes.
Don't you like me, Lisa?
Oh, it isn't that. I like you, John.
Well, what is it then?
Well, it's just that you were always Papa's friend. You seem like my uncle. I mean, like my brother. You never even looked at me. You never once told me that you liked me.
Well, then I'm telling you now. I like you. I can't ever think about a woman, but it's you that I'm thinking of. I want you for my wife.
You're just saying that to get me to come home.
No, I swear what I'm telling you is the truth. Come now. I'll take you home to your pa.
No. I have to be sure. If I went home now, I'd never be sure of you, or of myself, or of anything.
He's a good man, Lisa. He's solid, kind.
It's just not the way I heard it was supposed to be.
What is it that you want?
I want to be wanted. Is there anything so wrong in that? I want to be courted and desired. I want men to look at me the way they look at other girls. The way that cowboy looked at me yesterday. I'm sorry. I guess you think I'm shameless.
No, you just got set down in the wrong town. You wait here. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Billy, want a word with you.
Don't let him buffalo you.
I was just picking my teeth, Sheriff. I wasn't even thinking mischief.
What's this between you and Miss Carew?
Who?
Lisa Carew. You know what I'm talking about.
Nothing, Sheriff. I never laid eyes on her until yesterday.
Pretty powerful eyes, if you ask me. You're giving her notions.
Notions like what?
Like getting married.
You just right for marriage. Now, hold on a minute, Clay. You got the wrong man. I don't go much for barnyard hens. I like my chicks wild and gamey.
Marriage would do you good. Might tame you down before you got that fool head blown off. Oh, Mr. Carew, you looking for me?
I see you, Hollister. You and this barroom stew bum with your heads together.
There's no place to talk.
I don't want words with you. I want my daughter. I believe you and this cowboy know where she is.
Look, you buzzard, I've had just about as much out of you as I can take.
Don't be yelling at me, you scum. I'll settle with you in court.
That's it. That's enough. Billy, you and Frank go inside. You better go home, Mr. Carew.
Where's my daughter, Hollister?
In my office,
In your office, eh?
under protective custody.
And is that where she spent the night, Sheriff Hollister? Under your custody?
Why, you evil-minded old man. Come on, we're gonna settle this right now.
With pleasure, Sheriff.
Well, you don't carry a gun. What am I supposed to do?
There's many ways, Billy, if you got a mind for it.
Well, I got a mind. Just don't see how.
Drink up, friend. You want to get the picture real clear.
I get the picture. Real clear.
Lisa, I've come to take you home. The last time, will you or will you not come home with me?
I'll not marry John, Papa. I'll not.
After last night, I doubt if he'd want to marry you. Come.
No.
Do you know what would happen to you in the old country? You'd be driven from the house and never permitted to return. I'm giving you this second chance, your last chance. Are you coming?
I've always been good, Papa, and obedient. Don't you care what I want? Don't you care about me?
Care about you? The only thing I have in this world? Come home, Lisa.
I'm afraid to go home. Afraid not to.
What?
I'm afraid I'd end up hating you.
Hating me. Lisa, I will tell you something about your mother.
Excuse me.
You remember your mother, Lisa?
Yes, a little bit.
She was like you, pretty, restless, headstrong. But she never died like I always told you she did. She left me. Ran off with a seafaring man with a handsome face and a sun-browned skin and a swagger to his walk. A young man like your cowboy, Lisa. Yes, I have been strict with you. But I wanted to raise you so you wouldn't turn out like her. Maybe that's where I was wrong. If I have made a mistake, I pray the good Lord will forgive me.
I'm going to go home, Sheriff.
Are you sure that's what you want?
Yes, I want to.
About the cowboy, Sheriff Hollister, I think I better drop the charges.
I'm glad.
I'm sorry to have been such a bother, really. Thank you.
Hey, how about my bottle?
Oh, excuse me.
You sure get the picture real clear?
Mr. Carew.
Wait here, Lisa.
I'd like a public apology, sir, in front of my friends.
Well, I'm not pressing charges against you, young man. I hope that will satisfy you.
It does not, sir. You linked my name in a scandalous fashion with your daughter. And I'm not about to sink so low as to have a truck with minors. Or minors' daughters. This time, old man, I'm gonna kill you. Better go get yourself a gun.
I've never used a gun in my life, but I'd like to get my fingers around your living throat.
You better learn how to use one quick.
Let him alone. You're drunk, and he's an old man.
Off the battlefield, miner, or make your fight mine. Johnny, take Lisa home.
I'll not be leaving you for dead, Mr. Carew.
Pick up the gun, old man.
No, Papa.
Keep her there, Johnny.
I'm giving you more than a fair chance, old man. I'm gonna wait until you point the gun at me before I draw. Now go ahead and pick it up!
Clay, come on running.
No, Papa! Oh, Johnny.
I had hopes for you, Billy. But you're nothing but a worthless troublemaker. You almost killed a man. If you ever make trouble in Tombstone again, I'll stop you again. So help me, I'll stop you good.
Oh, you all right, John?
It hurts, but I live.
Oh, John, I'm sorry. But I'm sure of a lot of things now. A lot of things that I wasn't before.
May 20, 1880. An important event was about to take place in the Carew home. So, folk, we're late.
I gotta wear a tie.
Oh, all duded up. How does it feel to be best man at a wedding?
Too close for comfort.
Funny, wasn't it?
What's it?
How Lisa couldn't even see Johnny until he picked up that gun, and all of a sudden, he's her kind of man.
Oh, what women do, I don't even try to reason out. Next time I go to be a peacemaker between a man and his woman, grab me a hold of the coattails, will you?
You better get down to Rosie's place, Clay. She just took a shot at her new man.
Oh! Have you forgotten already?
Is he hurt bad?
No, just a scratch. But he's holed up in the Baptist church and don't dast to come out.
You tell him to stay there until after Johnny Coster's wedding is over. How's that?
Whistle me up a memory. Whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be. 'Cause 'cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.